All right, we are back with another episode of It's That Easy, another day of talking sports. So hopefully you had a good day and you're looking forward to have a good the rest of your week there. Um, if you watched the games last night, you had a great time with soccer. They were pretty exciting, and baseball had really good games as well. So let's jump into those. We'll talk about what happened on Tuesday and what we expect to happen on Wednesday. So if you're watching, please like the video. If you get a chance, go ahead and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, go ahead and turn on notifications. So let's run through World Cup soccer really quick here. Yesterday, three exciting games. Norway and Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast, the surprise of the tournament, or one of the surprises of the tournament, found their end yesterday. Norway beat them 2-1. It took Norway till the 86th minute to get that lead, the second goal there, but they did. They took care of it, and Norway moves on. They're a tough team. I think they're going to be a tough out. They're not overwhelming people with the goals they're scoring, but Norway's going to be pretty tough. France and Sweden. France seems like the best team in the whole tournament right now. They just have it's like they have superstars everywhere. They're so fast. Maybe Sweden was just bad, but France easily could have won 10-0 yesterday. They held it to 3, so not bad. Sorry, in the first game, I had Norway Moneyline, won that one. Second game, I had over 3 goals for France, or for the whole game. France scored the 3. They should have scored 10. But so I didn't lose, but I didn't win because it hit right there on the line that I had picked was 3. We're looking to see if France, they're probably going to make it to the final, so it's going to be a good run for them. And then Mexico, Ecuador, I was way off on that. I had a draw on that one. I figured it'd go into overtime. It'd be closer. Mexico jumped on them pretty quick and, stayed ahead of them the whole time. Ecuador was tough, but Mexico turned out to be a better team, so good games yesterday. Let's see what we got for today. We got England and Congo. England is obviously a pretty good team there. They're minus 330 favorite. Over unders 2.5 goals. I'd see England winning. I would definitely pick them money line, but you're not going to make a lot of money just picking them to win. Probably go the under 2.5. I mean, I'm seeing like a 1-0, 2-0 game maybe. Chances are, they could give up a goal, and so you never know what it's going to be. But even if you hit under 2.5 and it goes into extra at the end of the game, if it's 1-1, you still win. So Belgium, Senegal, both of these teams scored a ton of goals in their last match in the group stages. I think they each scored 5 goals. So there could be some goals here. I got Belgium. They're both pluses. So I guess Las Vegas is saying, yeah, we don't know what's going on here. Belgium, I'm going to pick Belgium money line. So that's actually a good pick right now because it's a payout of over 2 times your bet there. But the over under 2.5, I'll be honest, I just feel like I got to go over, like a 3-1, a 2-1 game, 3-2, 3-1 game, something like that. So I'm going to go over on that line there. And then the United States and Bosnia, going to be a tough game. U.S., I know they're really trying to leave their mark after getting beat in our last game of the group stages because we didn't play everyone, but still, you got to get back to, like we should have won that game pretty good. The last game, we should be winning here as well. USA is a minus 260 favorite. So I'm definitely going United States money line, but they're not going to win a ton of, you're not going to win a ton of money going minus 260. Over under, man, I feel like it's going to be same. Like I see a 2-1, 3-1 game. So I'd probably go over as well. I was like, I'm not sure. I got a little question mark. I'm going over that game as well. So let's see how they go. Exciting games for Wednesday, July 1st. Let's go run through baseball really quick yesterday. Pretty exciting. Exciting for me because the Rangers stayed on top yesterday. They kept winning. I think we're 6 games. 6-game winning streak now. We're number 1 we're first place of the AL West. And I think they said over the last month we have the best record in Major League Baseball. So pretty good there. Not bad. Won 4-2. White Sox continue their dominance. Orioles are struggling still. Yeah, White Sox, I think they won 9-3 or 10-3 2 days ago. Yesterday they won 9-3 as well. Phillies flipped it. They said, okay, we lost to the Pirates. Let's get back let's get back on the right track here. Yeah, they shut out the Pirates yesterday. Yankees continue to slide. I think they're on a 6 or 7 game losing streak now. Tigers, of all teams, beat them 9-3. Schlittler was the pitcher that lost for the Yankees. He actually he's a Cy Young hopeful for this season. He struggled yesterday. So Blue Jays, the Blue Jays are struggling when the Mets beat you 3-0 at home. Nationals got hot yesterday. I thought the Red Sox would go. I guess the Red Sox, they needed to okay, we're going to take a break. We'll lose today, but we'll see what we pick them for tonight's game. Let's see. Braves still struggling. Cardinals, I think they've beaten them twice in a row now. I'm tired of betting on the Braves as part of a parlay, and then they're the team that lets you down there. Brewers, stay tough, 7-2. Yeah, they're starting to turn that thing around. They struggled for, I say, the last couple weeks. Like win-loss, win-loss. Now they're starting to get back on a streak here. Same thing with the Rays. Dominated in Kansas City. Good job there. Cubs, it was a close, I think they were winning by a little more than 2 runs. But Padres came back, but the Cubs held on, so good for them. Astros are showing that they're ready to make a run for the AL West. They're right behind the Rangers, winning at home against the Twins. Marlins said, "Yeah, it's time for us to move on." They took it to Colorado, and again, the over/under was 10. Yeah, they beat that by themselves, but total of 17 runs yesterday in Colorado. Angels have been my pick. I'm not sure why the last couple of days, and the hated Mariners keep winning. So let's see if I learn my lesson with today's pick. Dodgers, I knew would take care of business. They did. They beat the A's. They're starting to get back on track as well. And San Francisco, I did pick them as well over the last couple of days. Bad picks because Diamondbacks have beaten them twice in a row and beaten them pretty consistently there. So those are that's the rundown for Tuesday's games. Let's go to Wednesday's picks. So we'll run through these really quick. And let's see. Oh, shoot. Get out of there. All right. Texas still in Cleveland. Texas pitching Gore, 4.05 ERA. He's got 2 really good starts. 7 innings, 3 runs, 6 innings, 1 runs. They've won his last start. The Rangers have now won 5 in a row. Actually, yeah, 5 in a row. Actually, it might be 6. It's just the last 5 games they've won. Guardians pitching Cantillo, 3.87 ERA. He lost his last start, but he did win a few before that. He does have a 8-inning, his 2 starts ago, 8 innings, 1 run. So he's actually a pretty good pitcher. This could actually be a pretty good game here. I'm thinking maybe the under on this one, under 8.5. They've lost 2 in a row now. I got to stick with the hot hand. We got to stick with the Rangers until we're otherwise notified that they are not going to win anymore. White Sox and the Orioles. See, here's the thing. Orioles, there's no line because the Orioles don't even have a pitcher listed. I think they're so frustrated right now. So I could run through the numbers, but we're going White Sox again today to make it 3 in a row over the Orioles. Tigers and the Yankees. Tigers pitching Melton, 2.39 ERA. His last 2 starts are both 6 innings, 1 run. Pretty impressive. He won 3 of his last 4 starts, beating the White Sox, the Rays, and the Twins. They've won 3 of their last 5 games, and they've now won 2 in a row against the Yankees. Yankees are pitching Warren, 3.75 ERA. He's got some decent starts, but nothing to write home about. The Yankees have lost 5 in a row. Actually, I think it might be 6 in a row. So we got to stick with the Tigers. I know it's not about streaks, and today is a new day, but I don't know. They're a hot hand right now. They pitched Scooble yesterday, and they beat the Yankees' Cy Young hopeful Schlittler. So, who's to say that I just keep it going? So, Nationals and the Red Sox. Nationals pitching Alvarez, 3.44 ERA. They lost his last 2 starts, but he did lose to the Orioles and the Rays, so not too bad. They've won 3 of their last 5 games, and they did win yesterday, so they did win 1 in a row. The Red Sox pitching Toll, 2.78 ERA. He's got some good start. His last start was 7 innings, no runs. They won his last start. They've won 4 of their last 5 starts, but they lost yesterday. They actually had 4 in a row till they lost yesterday. But we're going to go back to Boston. Boston will get back on track, take care of business at home today. San Diego, the Padres in Chicago. Padres pitching Bueller, 3.81 ERA. He's got some decent starts. Both of them, last two starts, 5 innings, 1 run. They've won his last 4 starts. He beat the Dodgers, the Rangers, Orioles, and the Reds. Okay, pretty good there. Bad part for the Padres is they've lost 4 in a row. Cubs pitching Ray, 4.8 ERA. He's lost his last 5 starts. Not good. He actually has good starts. 5 innings, 1 run, 5 innings, no runs. They're just not giving the guy support. But he lost to Milwaukee, Toronto, San Francisco, Colorado. But I think it was during that time that the Cubs were kind of struggling a little bit. Cubs have now won 4 in a row. So we got to stay with the hot hand at home. And the better, I would say the pitchers are pretty evenly matched, actually. So we'll see how that goes. Mets and the Blue Jays. Mets are pitching Peralta, 4.53 ERA. They lost his last 2 starts. One of his last starts was 2 innings, 10 hits, 10 runs. Damn. Okay, and but they've won 1 in a row. Blue Jays are pitching Corbin, 5.09 ERA. Lost his last start and 4 of his last 5 starts. They've lost 1 in a row. This game is like a dumpster fire. I don't know if I'd even pick this game, to be honest with you. Probably stay away from it because it's going to be so erratic. You never know. It could be the Blue Jays winning by 7 runs, or it could be them losing by 2 or whatever. So this is one you might stay away from. Maybe go the over on this one because they might just give up a ton of runs, So, but if I had to pick, I'd pick the Mets to win. Pirates and the Phillies. Pirates pitching Skeens. Okay, this poor guy's been struggling. He's lost his last 5 starts. He has a 3.10 ERA, but like 2 months ago, it was like 1 point something. So it's been going up. He's got his last 2 starts, not bad. 5 innings, 4 runs, 6 innings, 2 runs. But they've lost to the Reds, the Rockies, the Marlins, the Dodgers, the Astros. I mean, like, they keep losing. It doesn't matter who you throw or who they face. They're losing Skeens outings. Maybe he's hurt. I don't know. But anyway, they've lost 1 in a row because the Phillies got back on track yesterday. Phillies are pitching Wheeler, 2.03 ERA. Won his last 3 starts. Beat the Mets a couple of times, and the Marlins. They've won 1 in a row. I hate to do this because I know at some point Skeens will probably turn it around and get back on track and do some shutout innings. But he's been giving up runs early. I got to go Phillies until otherwise notified. Let's see, Cardinals and the Braves. Cardinals are pitching McGreevy, 3.12 ERA. Lost his last 3 starts, but they were pretty good. Well, his last one was 6 innings, no runs, and they still lost it. I think the bullpen is giving up runs in these games, but they have won 2 in a row because they're playing the terrible Braves, who decided to go on a losing streak because I'm putting them in a parlay. So can't stand you, Atlanta. Braves are pitching Lopez, 3.47 ERA. This guy only pitches 3 innings. Last 2 games, 3 innings, 1 run, 3 innings, 1 run. Okay, I guess he goes 3. But I guess that's a third of the game. So, you're almost, a third of the way there. They've won. His have been mostly in appearances because he's not a regular starter. So this is kind of a reliever game for them, it seems like. They've lost 3 in a row. Well, guess what? They're going to lose again today to the Cardinals. So we're taking the Cardinals as the underdog. They're still picked to win. I don't know why. Let's see here. Rays and the Royals. Rays are pitching McClanahan, 3.30 ERA. Lost his last 4 starts, but they have won 5 in a row. So obviously he wasn't pitching the last time. So this is his turn. He better make it 6. The Royals are pitching Lugo, 4.18 ERA. He gives up, a few runs here and there. They've lost 3 of his last 5 starts. He lost to Tampa, actually, his last start, and he lost to Texas twice. So no reason to say he's going to change that around. We're going Tampa Bay to win today as a heavy favorite too. A decent favorite, not heavy. Let's see. Reds and the Brewers. Reds are pitching Abbott, 3.90 ERA. They've won his last 2 starts. He beat Pittsburgh and the Yankees, but they've lost 3 in a row. Brewers pitching Drohan, 3.12 ERA. Won his last start. They've won 2 in a row. So, yep, you know what I got to do. You got to go Brewers. They're the better team, first of all, and they're on a streak. So, going to go Brewers to win. Yeah, we're going some favorites here today, quite a bit, and some pretty decent favorites as well. So let's see if we can parlay something there. Twins and the Astros. Twins pitching Bradley 3.98 ERA. He's got two good starts: 7 innings, 2 runs; 5 innings, 2 runs. They've won his last 3 starts, but they have lost the last game to the Astros. Astros are pitching him off 5.36 ERA, 6 innings, no runs; 6 innings, 3 runs. Won his last 4 starts. He beat the Tigers, the Guardians, the Royals, and the A's. Okay, I mean, those are mid, right? They've won 3 of their last 5 games, and they have won 1 in a row. Man, you know what? I got Astros, but I don't know. I'm kind of leaning. Maybe I'm thinking Twins on this one. Let me think about that. But the numbers say slightly lean to the Astros, so we're gonna go Astros on this one. But I don't know. I just feel the Twins. We'll talk about it tomorrow. See what happens. Marlins pitching Meyer 2.60 ERA. His last start was 7 innings, no runs. They've won his last 5 starts. He beat some pretty good teams: the Cardinals, the Giants, the Pirates, Diamondbacks, and the Nationals. They've won 4 of their last 5 games, and they've won 2 in a row now against the Rockies. Rockies pitching Freeland, 7.5 ERA. His last game, 6 innings, 11 hits, 6 runs. They've won his last 2 starts because they're probably just outscoring everyone, but they have lost 3 in a row now. Same thing here. We got to go Marlins to continue the run there. And you know what? The over-under is 11. I know that sounds like a lot, but over the last 2 games, I think together the teams have scored like 15 and 17. So who knows, man? Maybe we go over on this one. I kind of like it. I say we kind of roll the dice and go over. Dodgers and the A's. Dodgers are pitching Ohtani, 1.58 ERA. They've won his last 2 starts, and they did win 4 of his last 5 starts. The Dodgers have now won 4 in a row against 2 of them against the A's here. A's are pitching Ginn, 3.15 ERA. He's won 3 of his last 4 starts, so not too bad there. He beat the Angels, the Pirates, and the Brewers, so pretty good starts there. The bad part for the A's is they've lost 4 in a row now. Dodgers have won 4 in a row. I know it can flip at any time, but it's not going to flip today. Dodgers are going to win the game. And then Giants and the Diamondbacks. The Giants pitching McDonald, 4.94 ERA. He's lost his last 3 starts, but to Atlanta, Miami, and the Cubs. So not bad starts, but the Giants are not a great team. They've lost 2 in a row to the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are pitching Gallen, 6.15 ERA. Not good there. They've also lost 4 of his last 5 starts. A little better teams, Tampa Bay, Miami, the Dodgers, but they've won 2 in a row. And it seems like they have the Giants number for some reason. So we're going to stick with the Diamondbacks. So here are your picks for July 1st. Let's see. We got some dogs here. We got Texas. We got Detroit. We got St. Louis. We got... That's it. Some of your favorites. Dodgers probably win today with Ohtani. Tampa Bay probably win today. Milwaukee probably wins today. I don't know. Philly against Skeens, but Skeens has been struggling. You could throw that one in there if you'd like. So maybe Philadelphia as well. That's a nice little four-leg parlay there for you. So, but hopefully you get to enjoy baseball. Hopefully your team wins, unless you're Cleveland. And maybe you get to watch some soccer as well. That'd be really good as well, because that's a good time there. And if you do decide to bet on baseball, I hope you win a ton of money. So enjoy it. We will see you on the next one.